We have breaking news in the Teoscar Hernandez free agency situation. We have a huge development that just broke on a local radio station here in LA on AM 570. And I'm here to tell you all about it in this edition of Dodgers Digest. Hey, this is Mike Nelson. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. I want to thank the 21% of the ones that are watching these videos who have already hit the sub button, but 78% of you have not subscribed yet. You know, myself and Brad J, we're bringing you everyday Dodger content. You're not going to find content like this anywhere else. We're the best Dodger channel out there, so make sure to hit the sub button. Let's get right into it. Teoscar Hernandez and the Dodgers are close to finalizing a new contract per the Real DB, per, of course, David Vassegh. This just broke on AM 570. You know, us Dodger fans, we are always tuned to AM 570 because they cover the Dodgers like no one else. And whenever you can't get near a TV, you got to listen to the game on that station. So David just said, my understanding is that the Dodgers and Teoscar are very much engaged trying to nail the final details of a contract. Absolutely massive news, to say the least. The Dodgers and Teoscar Hernandez are close to nailing a contract. We know, of course, Hernandez is a free agent at the moment, and there's been speculation on whether the Dodgers were going to put all their money for Juan Soto, but it's looking like they're finalizing a contract with Hernandez. Absolutely massive. This story broke on the Petros and Money show. You know, I've always been a big fan of these guys. I think they're the best LA sports radio show. I don't know what you guys think. Comment below. Are you guys fans of Petros and Money? Because I am. Anyway, hopefully one day I get to be on that show. David Vassegh. This guy is an absolute Dodger legend. He covers the Dodgers like no one else. This guy even injured his arm once, of course, at Miller Park. So this guy took one for the team. And now he's breaking an absolutely massive story with Teoscar Hernandez. This is what he said on the show this afternoon. Just, what is it, a little over an hour ago? Less than an hour ago. The Dodgers are expected to re-sign Teoscar Hernandez this offseason per David Vassegh of AM 570 Radio. My understanding, talking to people around the league, they expect Teoscar Hernandez to re-sign with the Dodgers. Vassegh said Wednesday on AM 570 Radio. Many people around the league expect Teoscar Hernandez and the Dodgers to find their way back to each other, and my understanding is the Dodgers and Teoscar are very much engaged, trying to nail the final details of a contract. So things are looking good for Hernandez and the Dodgers to be back together. This is absolutely massive. Thanks a lot, David. This is exactly what us Dodger fans wanted to hear on our Wednesday night. Maybe you were driving home listening to AM 570 and you heard this story and you had to pull over and celebrate, because I know I did. This is absolutely great. The Dodgers are very close to signing Teoscar Hernandez. They're just probably, we could get an announcement maybe later tonight. Maybe the story is going to break later tonight and you're going to get to see me again talk about the contract details. But this might even happen in the next 24 hours. If David Vassegh is already reporting on it, this guy is a legitimate Dodgers reporter. This guy is one of the best guys in the business, to say the least. A guy usually doesn't just come up with things for no reason. When he talks about something, it's usually going to happen. This guy covers the Dodgers on a regular basis, right? This guy travels with the team. He's by the Dodgers all the time. You know, he's at all the games. He knows all the players. He interviews everybody. This guy gets the insight that a lot of these, so-called reporters around the country don't get, right? Because a lot of these guys, as we know, are just kind of tweeting out stories, things they're kind of hearing it through the grapevine, but they don't really follow the team like somebody like David, right? David is an actual reporter. This guy knows his stuff. So I trust what he's saying. I don't know what you guys think. Comment below. Do you think it's a done deal with Teoscar Hernandez? Do you think it's actually true? Is a contract being finalized? I mean, I think you got to be crazy if you think this is not real, because what else could the Dodgers do, right? I mean, the Juan Soto thing is not looking likely, and what else are they going to do? They have to sign Teoscar Hernandez. They have to go after him. I mean, there's no other way around this, right? I mean, the Juan Soto thing is still up in the air, but this has to be done soon. It has to be done soon. I think the Dodgers cannot waste their time with this sort of player, because we know Teoscar Hernández was absolutely vital to the Dodgers, championship last year. He was vital. Think about what he did during the regular season. I think a lot of people forget how important Hernandez was during the regular season. You might say, what are you talking about, Mike? Well, remember when Shohei Ohtani was going through slumps, especially in, early April, the guy couldn't get, he couldn't hit with runners in scoring position. Remember how much Ohtani struggled with that? And, April, May, was a bit of a struggle. Who was hot during that time? It was Hernandez. He was the player that was definitely carrying the team in those months. And the Dodgers, of course, are racking up W's on their way to winning the division, right? I mean, there's no doubt about it. And it ended up being very close, right? And during that time in April and May, things weren't looking the best for the Dodgers in terms of, winning the division comfortably, right? And in the end, they didn't win it comfortably, right? It took it to the last week. It took a lot of stress out of the team. And, it wasn't the best way to do it, but they got it done, right? That last week was absolutely vital. The Dodgers winning 2 out of 3 from San Diego was, in the end, that's what got it, right? Remember the Dodgers lost that first game in that 3-game set the last week of the season? What did the Dodgers do? They bounced back and won on that Wednesday and Thursday, and the rest is history, right? They won the division, and then, of course, went en route to winning the World Series, which is the most important thing. And Hernandez was very important for the Dodgers throughout the year. He was an unexpected asset, at least in my opinion, because I didn't really know the guy before he came to the Dodgers. Of course, I had seen highlights. Never played played for Seattle, American League player. So wasn't really a player that I think a lot of us had on our radar when they signed him. But he ended up being, everything that the Dodgers wanted and more. So the idea that the Dodgers, of course, going back to the original story, that they're close to finalizing a contract with Teoscar Hernandez, this has to be realistic, right? This has to be the right story from David Vassegh. I think David wouldn't go on the radio tonight and talk about something if he wasn't sure about it. Being a guest this afternoon on the Petros and Money show, I think it's real. I think it's the real deal. I think the Dodgers are, they're close. The question is, of course, when, right? I think, this thing, I think hopefully can happen, tonight, tomorrow, right? Let's just get this thing done. I don't want the Dodgers to be negotiating this any longer because, come on, there could be another offer from another team, and you don't want that, right? You don't want this to become a bidding war with the Red Sox, who, as we know, are highly interested in Teoscar Hernandez. We have talked about that before on the channel. The team is most interested in Hernandez has to be the Boston Red Sox, right? I mean, that's already been kind of reported all over. Atlanta Braves are kind of I guess you could say a team, maybe a close second there. Toronto Blue Jays, I don't know. Blue Jays seem like they're all in on Soto. So it's the Dodgers or Red Sox. So hopefully the Dodgers can wrap this up soon. David Vassegh reporting the Dodgers and Hernandez are finalizing a contract. Absolutely massive. As always, make sure to subscribe, and let's go Dodgers. Woo!